Hello, Gunpla fans. It is Speedball Harlan today for you guys. I have you from Gundam Base. I have you from the well-known and well-liked SD Cross Silhouette series. The one and not only, of course, the RX-78- not 2, but 3 G3 Gundam. This is, of course, a well-known Gundam in the Gunpla community and of course, fan base. And of course, it is a very well-liked variation of the RX-72 that Gbase really likes to reproduce, guys. I mean, if there's any new, RXs, good chance the G3 version will be a Gbase. That's a practical guarantee, guys. But yes, we are looking at the cross silhouette version of this SD, and it is, of course, well liked for many good reasons, guys. And this kit, of course, carries that on. And also a fun fact is the details on this kit are nice, really well done. I mean, look, the paneling brings out most of the details. Paint-wise, that's the one benefit to this kit as well being as a cross silhouette. Sticker needs are not that bad. As you can see right here, that is the sticker sheet. So yeah, it is really not that bad, guys. I like it. It is one of the reasons I like this series, and I wish Bandai would do more of it. But you know them. But yes, as you guys can see, really nice, really accurate. And of course, for those who don't know what a cross silhouette SD is, well, to simply put it in a fun way, the way Bandai designed these kind of kits is this. You have two variations to build. You can do the, of course, standard SD build with, of course, the normal standard articulation capabilities, or you can go cross silhouette or just silhouette version where you gain the additional benefit of a better articulated inner frame that this little guy has. Yes, if you weren't aware of that. And that is the fun feature about this kit, because it's also a notable fact that most retail cross silhouettes, unfortunately, you have to buy the inner frame separate. That's, of course, the gimmick to the line. They decided to sell that part separate for reasons, and other times just annoyance and so forth. But luckily, guys, because this is a Gbase exclusive, and as it mentions right there in the box, the cross silhouette is included. So that's good news. So you don't have to track one down. Though one notable mention is that, unfortunately, if you happen to be the fans that like that extra GM head that comes with those frames, sorry, guys. No, he doesn't come with that. In fact, oddly enough, the way they designed this specific RX is that they designed it for you to just specifically build it into the cross silhouette form. You don't actually get the standard parts to do the regular SD. They want you to go pretty much right into the cross silhouette, which, yeah, I'm not going to complain. That's pretty much the form most builders would put it in anyway, so, yeah, I'm not going to complain about it. So, yes, let's take a couple things out so I can show you guys the fun articulation. Now, of course, I already did a Haro test drive of the frame. If you hadn't already seen it, it will be either in the description or up in the corner above. But as you guys can see, you can go that far without the armor bumping into stuff. You can go up that high as well. The arms bend can go up that high, which is really good for an SD, guys. I mean, I rarely seen SDs, with an elbow bend, so that's a really good feature. Ball jointed hand, common. It actually has an ab section, so you can actually do this. That's, once again, another rarity that a lot of SDs don't have. And of course, you do have a head articulation. You can bend it all the way back and forth. And of course, now the ball joint on mine seems to be a little tight, so forgive me. But you can normally turn the head all the way around until you bump into other armor and stuff. And as you can see, you can remove the helmet if it gets in the way. And while we're at it, since I already have the helmet off, you can do, as you can see on the box art, he has his SD standardized, which the fun feature with cross silhouettes, and I think most normal SDs now with this kind of feature, is that you can swap the eyes around to make standard eyes or standard SD eyes. That's a fun feature, guys. I do like that a lot, because this gives fan the opportunity to either just go with the standard mecha idea or go with the SD characteristics idea. So it works either way to me. I like it. It's fun. And of course, you can just swap back anytime you want with no worries of having to disassemble an entire head. And see, easy to assemble. Now back to the articulation. You can go up that high there. The bend can go that far, and the belly can bend all the way back that way, and the armor can twirl around a little. As for waist, you can go all the way around with no problems, which is another, like I said, reason I like this kind of kit. It's fun. It's got so much playability. And if you're wondering, the shield looks like that. Now, you would have to paint this crest on the shield, which for a lot of RXs, it's not uncommon. So, yeah. And of course, this comes with a handle gimmick because you can peg the shield into the arm, allowing you to free up the hand. Or if you want, you can, of course, add the classic handle onto the here, so your Gundam can, of course, hold it while pegged in, like in any of the standard RX posing and such. Now, unfortunately, he does not come with any like beam effects or anything like that, guys, so to speak. He does, of course, come with, well, the well-known and very famous toothpick saber, which, of course, just pegs into the hand like normal, and there you go. So yeah, there's that. Though for me, I'm the classic gun kind of guy, so there's that. And of course, the cool gimmick is that this handle actually moves, and so does the scope. So if you don't want to have the shield attachment set up, you can, with the extra bend and so forth, now utilize the gun and lens to, of course, give us some of the Gundam's famous shooting poses, which is very awesome. Definitely well liked, guys. Ooh, came off. So yeah, it is definitely a fun little SD, and of course, if you happen to be a fan of the cross silhouettes, probably one you might consider picking up. So yes, do I recommend them? Quickly put, yeah, I could recommend them easily. It's a fun, and like I said, it's a cross silhouette, so that's like almost, in my book, it's like a almost a 2 thumbs up right there. Because of that fact, I mean, the cross silhouette series is a well-liked one, and sadly, it's not well continued with Bandai, unfortunately. Now, I'm not saying they aren't still making them. We do get them every so often now. I mean, we just the most recent was for the build Metaverse, if I'm not mistaken, with the F91 Konoichi SD we got, which of course has swappable armor gimmick and so forth. And yeah, I mean, there's that one I know of. There's also the Tornado Gundam we got not too long ago, and so on. So yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, guys. I wish we get more because there's so much possibility. There's so many other SD possibilities we could get, but unfortunately, Bandai has more preference to the SDEX series of kits, which, as I know for a fact, and as many of my fellow builders know, those kits are more or less the budget SD, so to speak. They're not terrible, but they are definitely sticker heavy. That is fact. All right, before I continue, let us do some size comparison. One which I'm proud of showing with my custom Charred Aznable Zaku 1 Origin style cross silhouette, which I think looks great with this idea. In fact, I almost wish there was an anime or game set up to where we've seen this kind of battle come about. Been awesome. Let's see. A well-known master grade on my channel, the F90, so you guys can see the height difference. And lastly, I decided to go with another type of SD scale unit, but from a different brand, from the Orange Cat series of super robot heroes, the X-Career. Yeah, X-Career. As you can see, they're very close in height. This one's only a bit taller, but are very similar as well, because this kit also doesn't have an inner frame gimmick, but does have elbow joints and other such joints similar to the RX here. So it's a pretty cool, to see how a different brand does their SDs to Bandai. So yeah, if you were ever wondering. And that's about it, guys. So yes, as I mentioned, I definitely recommend this little guy. I hope those who, of course, attend special Gundam events that have Gundam-based kits, like, of course, the USP Bandai, and and of course, at the time of this recording, the Gbase tour and all that is going on. I hope that anyone that can attend can, of course, pick up this little guy or any of the other Gbase cross silhouettes, because I think they are all really cool. So yeah, that is it for today, guys. I thank you all for coming. I hope you're enjoying your hobby, and I will see you all later.